you have two choices. You either embrace your wife as she is, or you suffer. You either say to yourself, this is where she's at and I accept her fully, or you suffer. Why? Because I'll share with you a little secret. I don't believe that any woman is 40 pounds overweight and says, that's great, I'm so happy with it. I'm sure she's much aware of it, and I'm sure that she would like to change, but guess what? Change is difficult. And right now, for whatever reason, she's not ready, she doesn't feel she has what it takes to do that. And any attempt that you're going to make to push her, to force her, is going to backfire. Number one, it's going to wreck the relationship. And number two, any motivation that she has because of your great marriage is going to dissolve because you're not going to have a great marriage. So your choice is either to embrace her as she is or suffer, because other than that, there are no choices. And this single idea, I think, is one of the most important in the success of marriage. My job is not to change my spouse. My job is not to improve my spouse. I'm not responsible for my spouse. My job is to serve my Creator as I'm supposed to. Now, in the case of this, where it's a health issue, right, it becomes much more serious, and it's certainly appropriate to sit down and discuss and offer every sort of remedy possible. And again, whatever that might be, exercise, diet, make things easier, take all types of foods out of the house, whatever you can do to offer to make it easier is great. And for you to be a support, and you should hold the pom-poms and cheer her on. But anything beyond that is going to A, destroy the relationship, B, is going to utterly backfire, because all you're going to do is create ill will, create anger, and create a tremendously divisive environment. And unfortunately, it's very difficult for us human beings to learn that lesson. And that is that I can barely change myself. I surely can't change anybody else. And by the way, I can't change myself. I can tell you this firsthand. There are many, many things that I wish I could change. Many, many things that I've been working on for years, for decades now. I change them a little bit. But when you're talking about real personality issues or real things, it's not so simple. It's not so easy. I'm a big advocate for change, don't get me wrong. I said this last week, I'll say it again. I learn Mussar every day, at least 30 minutes, maybe more. And that's all about change and personal growth. And I'm a tremendous advocate for that. And at the same time, you have to recognize that real change is very gradual, very slow. And it's very, very difficult for me to change me. It's impossible for me to change you. So the bottom line is you have to either embrace it or suffer.